Hello and welcome to Sktv'S News. You're watching Afternoon English News with Hemavati Kungwantabam. First, the headlines. Manipur's ongoing crisis stems from resource extraction and not communalism, says founder director of Manipur Women Gun Survivors Network and Northeast India Women Initiative for Peace, Binalakshmi Nepram. And National Highway 37 reopens to traffic following completion of restoration work on landslide affected portion at Shanti Kuno. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. Founder Director of the Manipur Women Gun Survivors Network and the Northeast India Women Initiative for Peace, Binalakshmi Nepram, warned that the ongoing conflict in Manipur is a serious crisis, driven by a coordinated plan to exploit the state's natural resources. She made these remarks at the Manipur Mothers Peace Congregation, held today at a hotel in Imphal, under the theme Manipur Joins Global March of Indigenous Mothers for Peace, Healing and Unity. The noted social activist observed that the crisis is not an ethnic conflict, but a collusive ploy to extract rich mineral resources from the state. She alleged that the crisis was intentionally triggered and portrayed to the outside world as ethnic violence simply to facilitate this resource extraction. Noting that rich mineral deposits across the globe are usually inhabited by indigenous populations, Binalakshmi stated that external forces frequently ignite conflicts between ethnic groups to achieve their extraction goals. She added that indigenous communities had organized a global summit on indigenous peace building and adopted the International Declaration on Indigenous Peace Building. The activist also pointed out that the voices of indigenous communities declaring our lands are not war zones reached the UN General Assembly in 2024. She further noted that global forums have urged an end to wars against indigenous populations in line with the directives under the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, UNDRIP. The congregation was also attended by many renowned women leaders, including Amkil President Lorimbam Nganbi, Tangkul women leader Tami Kaishing, Khoibu tribe women leader Bongamdar Hungsha Tungcha, and Singamayum Mumtaz Begum.
Our lands are not war zones. It's not only the last 3 years. Adu tamna ba honara pada akhoi global summit tawre all global level ki kilomi yam pulla kana ani su bada sige declaration ta kon hai kilomi mapam da land loi tribok every 2 years global summit amamam tawi koi wasak kisida noina kholi chingchok na su kilomi ki mihut ka wari sabiu noina hita chingchok pa yaro si mayam kana na ba mayam ki punna chakhat ninna ba adu ki wari sasi na tadi yaro kilomi ki mapam de hekta you need what is called pre-prior and informed consent. Must law. Law. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People.
Vehicular movement has resumed along Imphal National Highway 37 a day after the highway remained cut off due to slides in 3 different locations in Tamenglong district. According to our sources, all the stranded empty trucks and other vehicles have started crossing the landslide-affected area at Shanti Kuno near CRPF camp in between Sibilong and Kaimai village at around 8:30 a.m. today. A new RCC slab culvert was reportedly created to allow the passage of vehicles. A team of Kamai police station led by the OC is assisting the traffic movement in coordination with the road construction company. According to police, if all the empty trucks could cross without any hurdles, then the loaded trucks will also be allowed to cross the culvert under the supervision with the police and the construction company. It may be mentioned that due to the torrential rains, the temporary road diversion portion adjacent to the slab culvert was washed away, triggered by the heavy rainfall in that region. Manipuri in Kolkata, MIK, has expressed concern over severe disruption in air connectivity on the Kolkata-Imphal and Guwahati-Imphal routes. It has cited sharp reductions in flight frequency, repeated cancellations and rising airfares. The group said air travel has become the main mode of transport for people in Manipur since the conflict began on May 3, 2023, making reliable services essential for students, patients and working professionals. MIK stated that flight operations on the Kolkata-Imphal sector were reduced from June 1, 2026. Earlier, there were 4 daily flights on this route, which included services by Indigo, Air India and Alliance Air. The organization said the route now has only 1 daily Indigo flight and a twice-weekly Alliance Air service, which operates on Wednesday and Sundays. It further claimed that Alliance Air has cancelled all scheduled flights since June 17, 2026 due to technical issues, while tickets continue to be sold despite ongoing disruptions. The group said this has caused uncertainty and financial loss for passengers, and also noted that reduced capacity has led to full flights and higher fares. The organization has urged the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of Manipur and DGCA to intervene immediately. The organization said urgent action is required to ensure stable, affordable and reliable air connectivity for Manipur, as it is an essential lifeline for students, patients and working professionals.
अखोई मणिपुर दा लेबा मैम सिगी फ्लाइट नदि अतोपा मिनसु लेतमने अदुना अखोइना एविएशन की मिनिस्टर अमसो अखोइ सीएम ऑफ मणिपुर दा असिगी पोचे खतंग अखोइगी यंबिरकनबा अदुगा मसिगी अखोइ फ्लाइट से हेगलंगनबा इंडिगो जा कैंसिल तोखरे मैम को इंडियन एक्सप्रेस रु बाइग्रे नसीगी ओइना कैंसिल तोरे नाइरे मथंगी संडे रो लाकवा नदका रिफंड तो बाइ लेरे अदा हायेंगी टिकेट का के हायगा जुलपा लिसिंग कोलकाता इंफाल से नॉर्मली 4000 लेबसे 16 to 18000 लेखरेबा अदुना मसी अदुग यिंगसनबिनाबा आइजरे हाइतारे.
Security forces have recovered arms and ammunition during search operation that was conducted at Kotlan area in Gangpokpi district yesterday. In the search operation, security forces recovered one 5.56 mm X caliber rifle, 8 single-barrel rifles, 4 improvised mortars, 1 UBG, 5 Lathot, 236 live rounds of various caliber, 2 magazines and 1 Baofeng handset and 1 charger. Security forces apprehended a member of the Manipur Naga People's Front (MNPF) on June 22 near the gate of ISBT Kumanlampak, Imphal. The arrested individual has been identified as 24-year-old self-styled Lance Corporal Siro Wungta, alias Ronaldo, of Tarong village in Kamjong district. Naga Women's Union (NWU) has questioned the priorities of state government and security agencies, expressing concern over the lack of progress in investigation into the alleged abduction and killing of 6 Naga men. In a press release issued, the union stated that the victims were abducted on May 13 and later found dead on June 10. The organization said the incident had shocked the Naga community and drew widespread condemnation, but alleged that no visible action has been taken to identify and prosecute those responsible. NWU also criticized the continued movement of sections of Kuki community through Naga inhabited areas under security escort, while the victims' families continue to await justice. Referring to the security operation conducted at Namdilong, Kanglatongbi on June 24, the union urged the government and security forces to exercise restraint and sensitivity in affected areas. The organization reiterated its demand for an impartial and time-bound investigation, calling for prosecution of all perpetrators, and urged authorities to prioritize justice for the 6 victims. Now, before we move on, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Lalabati sumthokpa mosalabati nalanba mipum khudimaki hongasan. Aihak Jenny Kurai. Laibak sembada mipum khudimaksu saruk yamina si haituna paujeng khara buduna laksari. Voter list singbo taseng na thamnaba eligible oiba voter singdamak yahannaba. ECI na special intensive revision haibati SIR 2026 haure. May gi tarik kuntra dagina June gi tarik kunipan phawbada BLO yumthong khutingi lakani. Makhoina piramba enumeration form mention biraga BLO da sinabiyu. Enumeration form submit tawidrabadi voter list da ming yarok loy. Akupa marol gidama BLO da hangbiyu natraga 1950 da call tawiyu. I am in RU.
SKTV na local operator singidamak nungairaba pau puduna lakshari high speed internet IPTV OTT yauna atai khudong saba kya piriba SKTV gi saruk ama oibiu franchise ki kuthangda mapangal kalaba connection facility leijare local cable operator ama oiduna niyamda news amasung entertainment program sing yohanbiu SKTV gi technology amasung magul leiraba service asida adumsi yawiu Akupa Marol Gidamak, mobile number 7005-259-437, Natraga 8974-209-157 da call Tobiratuna Kangbi Bayagani.
Welcome back. You're watching SKTV Afternoon English News. More news and updates. Large numbers of women from Hyangthang, Phramakung, Ningumbam and Kodonpopi Mamanglekai took out a torch rally last night to protest the recent arrest of 3 Arambai Tango volunteers. During the torch rally, protesters chanted slogans demanding the immediate and unconditional release of the detained individuals. Speaking on the sidelines, a woman protester argued that Arambai Tengol volunteers were forced to take up arms during the peak of the ongoing crisis since the government had failed to protect public lives and properties. She further claimed that these members later surrendered all their weapons and ammunition following a directive from the Manipur governor to return the looted and illegal arms within 7 days. The protester also strongly rejected recent statements made by Home Minister Govindas Kontaujam, who claimed during a public function that intelligence reports indicated Arambai Tengol volunteers still possessed hidden arms and ammunition. She warned that the women folk in the valley areas would launch intense agitations if the government failed to release the arrested volunteers immediately.
Naga yanagi bai matung ina pikat pom tok kulai pikat ka matung da haji ga mu kulai makha ta na leibe pikat traga di makha tan phag na haji ko yaning de kari gumba message da condition jaw da na thado pirak ta ta ga di mama khoi mayam na adai be thak da angam thak da kan makhung jang jangjal ga ni cham na laik lai su tam da na lai jaram bai sa singa se ima lai ba kan na ba gi da makta mayam gi mateng pang da na tholok ke bene adubu kulai pai raga lalo ba yawi hai da na government ge mai kai de pha ba se mama khoi na suk ya yaning de state government na ma di India government na tawri ba thong ase mama khoi na suk ya yaning de to min na lai jaram ba laik lai su tam da na lai jare ba isa si bo lam da na moi na lalo bo on thon ba gi type ta sil ba se khoi di suk ya roi
6th India Reserve Battalion, Pangai and District Level Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan Committee, Imphal East, jointly organized an awareness program against drug abuse and illicit trafficking at 100 Flowers Higher Secondary School in Komidog today. The event was organized as part of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, which is observed on June 26 every year. The event was organized under the theme Nasha Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, Viksit Bharat Ki Pehchan. Commandant of 6th IRB, Dr. S. Ibomcha, Project Director, Kripa Foundation, KSH Jivan Maladevi, District Social Welfare Officer, Imphal East, W. Thamabati, MO 6th IRB, Dr. P.H. Premjit, Principal of 100 Flowers Higher Secondary School, Mohammad Sabir, along with students, teachers, officers and personnel of 6th IRB attended the program. A mass rally was also carried out till Kurai Hikrumakung along with poster campaign. Eco Network Manipur President Sinta Khuman has called for unified collective efforts to combat the growing menace of plastic pollution in the state. Speaking during an event where plastic waste collected from the Hairok area was exchanged for cash with Ashok traders, Sinta highlighted the severe global and local threats posed by plastic pollution. He urged the public to actively participate in this cash for waste scheme, adding that plastic waste such as empty packaged drinking water bottles holds monetary value. Further appealing to stop burning plastic waste and releasing toxic fumes that cause severe health hazards, the environmental activists also called on the public and the government to strictly adopt and implement proper waste management practices. The ancient ritual of Sanamahi Cheng Hungbagi Thoram will be observed by Sanamahi followers on Ingagi Thanil Numit, which falls on June 29. The holy ritual dedicated to Lining Thosnamahi and Imalaimrel Sidabi will take place at the Lining Thosnamahi Temple Complex located at Haying Khongbal Ufong Yumpham, Imphal. Speaking on the sidelines of a cleanliness drive at the temple premises today, Vice President of Lining Thosnamahi Temple Board LSTB and MLA of the Kairao Assembly Constituency Lorimbam Rameshwar urged the public to participate in the auspicious event. He stated that Meitei ancestors have performed this ritual since time immemorial to invoke peace, wealth and prosperity for the state. He further reaffirmed his commitment to supporting all institutional efforts aimed at preserving and promoting the rich cultural heritage and traditions of the Meitei community.
Hajari aduga Manipur yamna khoi chawngong batang dolitaba sandi po honabada mayam punna isoda khoi minasi pathok charge ba thormasida Manipur myam punna mangna punna isoda sanameida khoi nijaraga Manipur da yam tona shanti hanjalangna ba lo matam moire nong takti po singje khoi gi nong tabina ba mahi marung chumna pana ba chumayama ma isoda khoi minasi ai po sima jo ai thamjari.
Educational Trust Oinam ETO organized a grand felicitation ceremony at Oinam Public Hall to honor successful students and sportspersons of the area who excelled in BOSM, COSM and CBSE examinations alongside outstanding athletes. Social and cultural activist Dr. T. Aishwaran Kumar, former PWD Chief Engineer Y. Joy Kumar and Treasurer of Raga Niketan Society Manipur NG Shiv Kumar attended the event. The Trust presented mementos, certificates and cash awards to 12 students from Class 10, 12 students from Class 12, 6 athletes and 3 candidates who cleared Joint Entrance Examination JEE to encourage the achievers. Speaking at the occasion, Dr. T. Aishwaran Kumar highlighted ETO's ongoing efforts to nurture local youth into successful citizens, noting that several past beneficiaries have cleared the civil services examination to become IAS officers. He specially lauded IAS officer Saran Kumar, a former beneficiary, for his community contributions, which include renovating the local community hall and establishing a children's park. Expressing gratitude for the growing public support, Dr. Saran Kumar affirmed that the Trust is committed to expanding its welfare initiatives across education, sports and agriculture in the future.
Rashtra Military College rims the Kalambasi. Oinam go in the Ahum Subu, Rashtra Indian Military College, the Gamington, but Kanbangam Bangang, Lower Avenue, Karibija, Kang Masimusi, interview that Mokoje, Navani Mose, Mama Party who declare BP Gahana Wanga Mazuko, Norman, the later Madam.
Moving on in the national and international news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that emergency declared by late Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on June 25, 1975 was a direct assault on the Constitution. Prime Minister Modi shared a post on X as India observed Samvidhan Hatya Divas today to remember emergency, which was imposed in India 51 years ago. In his post on X, Prime Minister Modi asserted that the period of emergency witnessed the suspension of civil liberties, curbs on freedom of expression, arrest of political leaders, journalists, social workers, and an assault on institutions that are the bedrock of our democracy. The Prime Minister said for people, the Constitution is an embodiment of the aspirations, rights and duties of 140 crore Indians. He added that Samvidhan Hatya Divas also reminds everyone of that dark period when Indian democracy was brutally crushed. He also paid homage to all those who defended democratic values during emergency. Further, Prime Minister Modi also maintained that emergency also revealed the extraordinary courage of countless citizens who refused to remain silent and upheld the ideals enshrined in our Constitution. It may be mentioned that India was placed under a state of emergency under Article 352 of the Constitution between June 25, 1975 and March 21, 1977. Following the proclamation, constitutional safeguards were systematically suspended. The emergency saw strict control over the press and public information through institutional mechanisms and administrative orders. Back-to-back powerful earthquakes struck off the coast of Venezuela, killing at least 32 and injuring over 700 people. The first earthquake, measuring 7.2 magnitude, struck the country, followed by second quake measuring 7.5 magnitude within a span of 1 minute. The quakes, among the strongest to strike Venezuela in more than a century, struck shortly after 6 p.m. local time. People evacuated swaying buildings in the capital Caracas, many visibly shocked as they saw entire walls that had collapsed, making furniture visible from the street. Dust columns could also be seen in 2 neighborhoods of the capital where restaurants and other businesses are typically busy. Meanwhile, rescue and recovery operations continue in Caracas and other affected areas by the 2 back-to-back earthquakes. Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, declared a state of emergency and asserted that the priority is saving lives and that authorities are working on rescuing people trapped by collapsed buildings. Now moving on in the sports news. South Africa, Morocco, Brazil, Switzerland have confirmed their place in the round of 32 of FIFA World Cup. In the Group B clashes that were played early this morning, Switzerland defeated Canada 2-1 to confirm its place in round of 32, while Bosnia and Herzegovina beat Qatar 3-1 and finished at third place of Group B. In Group C matches that were played today, Morocco defeated Haiti 4-2, while Brazil beat Scotland 3-0. In the Group A matches, South Africa beat South Korea by margin of single goal and confirmed its spot in round of 32, where they will face Canada on June 29. In another Group A match, co-host Mexico defeated Czechia by 3-0 and finished on the top of group. Meanwhile, Curaçao will take on Ivory Coast, while Ecuador will play Germany at 1:30 a.m. tonight. In Group F, Tunisia will clash with Netherlands, while Japan takes on Sweden at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow. In Group D, Turkey will play USA and Paraguay will play Australia at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. The 8th Kurajam Ram Narayan Shastri Memorial State Open Chess Tournament 2026 commenced today at Wankai High School. The tournament is being organized by Manipur State Chess Association (MSCA) under the sponsorship of Ram Narayan Shastri Memorial Trust. Over 110 male and female chess players from various districts across Manipur are participating in the competitive event, which will be held until June 28. Sagolban Assembly Constituency intending candidate Hare Krishna Mangsatabam, retired Principal Professor Dr. Kurajam Mohan, MSCA Advisor Thongam Nabachandra, RIMS Professor Dr. Kurajam Sucheta, MSCA President Ariba Muhindro and Trust President Kurajam Ingobi attended the inaugural ceremony. Speaking at the inaugural function, Hare Krishna Mangsatabam highlighted that Manipur is widely recognized as a sports powerhouse among India's major states, with local athletes consistently bringing laurels to the region through their dedication across various disciplines. He further noted the analytical relevance of the sport beyond the board, asserting that politicians and leaders in Manipur should closely study chess. According to him, the strategic depth and tactical planning inherent to the game provide invaluable lessons. He emphasized that these skills are highly essential for charting critical political strategies and making effective decisions.
Number 1, chess sanabada pasachang. Sanaba matamda teamwork natabida matomda individually sign the way aba adugumba game amani. Both national amasung international arena da masigi se nakhisengna career oina pursue tawrakanda masagi mingchapta na shinpham amoina profession haiga dra paisa tanbagi lambi hoina so dum chatte yaba. Critical thinking yamna kupna critical hoina khandaba ngamba creativity problem solving sigi mayan se chess ta hoina thing.
And in the weather report, India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast scattered rain and thunderstorms across Manipur over the coming days, with lightning activity very likely at isolated places in several districts, including Imphal West, Imphal East, Thoubal, Kakjing, Bishnupur, Ukhrul, Kamjong, Chandel, Teknopal, Churachandpur, Farzol and Noni. According to the forecast issued by the Meteorological Center Imphal, most districts are expected to experience intermittent showers with occasional thunderstorm development, particularly in the hill regions where rainfall activity is likely to be more frequent. Temperature in the state, including Imphal, is expected to remain stable with maximum values around 31 to 32 degrees Celsius and minimum temperatures near 22 to 23 degrees Celsius over the next week. While no severe widespread warning has been issued, the IMD has cautioned about lightning risks in multiple districts and advised residents to take precautionary measures during stormy weather conditions, especially in open areas and elevated terrain. On the other hand, according to ICAR Regional Center Imphal, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 31.0 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 23.0 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 92% in the morning and 74% in the evening. Manipur received 0.3 millimeters of rainfall in the past 24 hours. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Manipur's ongoing crisis stems from resource extraction and not communalism, says founder director of Manipur Women Gun Survivors Network and Northeast India Women Initiative for Peace, Binalakshmi Nepram. And National Highway 37 reopens to traffic following completion of restoration work on landslide affected portion at Shantikunal. Now that's all we have for today's afternoon English news. Thank you for watching SKTV. Keep watching for more news and updates. Have a good day.